Okay. Action.
All right.
What they say?
3, 2, 1. Here we
Let's
are.
go. Let's get into it. There's a lot to go over today.
There is.
There's so much to do. Should we start off with some tea? Tell me about this tea, Jacob.
Welcome. Okay.
You've got yours in there.
Hold up. Let me open mine up. Let me be part of the crew. Okay, so cheers, my friend. Today we are
Cheers.
sipping on some pu'er tea.
Pu'er.
Pu'er. Cheers, my friends. Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff.
It's all right.
I love pu'er tea.
This is better than the last time I had pu'er for sure.
Yeah. Earthy, funky.
It has been out here a bit. I wish it was fresh made.
Here, you
But that's my own
you
fault.
wanna
Yeah,
try
can I
some of
try
my-
your hot?
My hot stuff.
I'll try the hot stuff.
There you go.
Oh, this is smoking.
There you
Do
go, my
see the
friend.
steam? I like that. I like that. That's definitely better.
Yeah.
Mine is kind of hot, but it's not quite as hot as.
Yeah, pu'er tea is my new favorite out of all the teas. It used to be oolong. Last episode we tried oolong,
Yeah.
which is a lot creamier, more sweet, I'd say. And this one is more like earthy.
Yeah, I'd say I'm more an oolong guy than a pu'er guy.
Yeah. I like both, but I'm glad that you enjoyed today's pu'er tea.
Pu'er tea.
And we can get started.
All right.
Okay.
While we're drinking, should we eat a little bit?
Yeah. We
got this. I think
definitely
this
should.
started today.
Yeah, so today, in case you didn't know, I am a really big fan of McDonald's. If you can't see, this is a McDonald's crock. My parents got it for me for Christmas. So, just to give you some context, today, which is February 26th, we have the brand new bag of McDonald's.
McDonald's. It sounds like a kid that doesn't know how to say it right.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. I
So-
want McDonald's.
So what is this bag, bud? What's in here?
You got to get it out because I think I want to keep my head relatively stationary.
Okay, explain as I...
So what do we got? We got the 10-piece McNuggets. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh,
You gotta
yeah.
go. You gotta hold that up
Yeah,
to
let
the
me
camera.
go show this to the peoples.
Bring that over to the people. That's you. You're the people right there. Wow.
Look at this.
The 10-piece chicken McNugget I think is the same. It's just different packaging. And then there's a new McDonald's sauce, which from the ingredients seems to be barbecue-ish. Water, sugar, corn syrup, distilled vinegar, brown sugar, cornstarch, salt.
Ooh, nothing better than a fresh 10-piece.
So I guess there's an anime or a manga or something.
Yeah, so it seems like they have a whole cinematic universe now of McDonald's characters,
Will you pop one of these sauces open?
manga, anime. I think it's a little bit of both, but okay. Let's pop these sauces open.
How about a sauce apiece? We got 2 sauces.
Yeah. Oh,
Smell good?
smells good.
I think it's called Chili McDonald's. I see it. Oh. Yeah, it smells like... here, smell this. Tell me what this smells like. It smells like...
It smells like sweet and sour.
Yeah, well...
Orange chicken, kind of.
Or like Polynesian.
Yeah, kinda like
Polynesian is a good
Polynesian,
one.
maybe.
All right, should we
I
try?
think I see a little chili flake in there. Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Alright.
cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
McDonald's down the hatch.
Mmm.
Oh, what is it? Ew. You guys can eat that one.
I'll eat that one. That's good. A little spicy.
A little spicy.
It's got like a sesame flavor.
Garlicky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I like spicy stuff. This is a little more spicy than anything that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
I definitely like this better than any of their other sauces. But I don't really like any... I mean, I feel like McDonald's barbecue is pretty weak.
Really? I love their barbecue.
I don't think McDonald's barbecue is that good.
Interesting.
Uh,
This is good. I like
good.
this
This is
sauce.
a little bit spicy.
Yeah, I like that.
Ah.
And the McNuggets.
Yeah.
You never go wrong with McNuggets.
I'm a fan of the nugs.
Fire. Okay, last
So yeah, I
last
guess
one for me.
maybe did you hold up the QR code on there? Yeah, just show the code so they can. I guess that leads to the first chapter of the McDonald's manga, graphic novel, anime cartoon manga, and don't forget our 100th subscriber gets a signed McDonald's Chicken McNugget box. Comment McDonald's, and one lucky commenter will get this box, and we'll sign it. And as long as you don't live really far away, we'll ship it to you. Or even if you live really far away, we'll ship it to you, but you just got to pay for it. But we will ship it to you. And if you want to be the lucky winner of a signed McDonald's 10-piece Chicken McNugget box, comment down below McDonald's.
McDonald's.
And we'll ship it to you. If you live in the U.S., I'll pay for the shipping.
Unless they're watching Spotify.
If you live really far away, then
Oh yeah, what if it is on?
if you live really far away, you got to pay for shipping.
What if it's on another platform that they
Too
can't
bad, you got to be on
comment?
YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast or whatever else, you got to go to the YouTube video. Go to YouTube, search Changhoff, and then go to episode 2, and then comment McDonald's.
And you will be entered for a chance to win this exact box, signed by AJ Denhoff and me, Jacob Chang. And
Just us.
yeah, so we hope to hear from you guys. We hope to be able to send this box to someone.
And winners will be chosen at some point. I'm not going to set a time because that's...
We can just announce it on the next podcast episode.
Yeah, we'll announce it on the next episode. There
On
we
the
go.
next episode, we'll announce the winner of the McDonald's box. All right, so let's get into it. Bud,
All right, so that's the McDonald's.
that was the McDonald's.
Okay. Get that shit out of here.
All right, bud. How you doing?
Good. Feeling all right.
Feeling all right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Little hot. We got the sun beating down today.
Mm-hmm.
It was cooler this morning, but it kind of heated up. And then last episode, it was nicer out here, more of a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, feeling good.
So what you been up to? What happened between last episode and this episode? Anything
last
to note?
episode.
I know that you went to a couple of things and you did some cool stuff this weekend. Why don't you
Yeah.
tell
Well,
the people about that?
I'll give you the whole week.
Yeah.
I'll give you the whole week.
Go ahead, break it down.
Last Wednesday, I did the latest post on the Tampa SoCal account. Link to that somewhere. Down there, maybe like right here somewhere. What else? And then Thursday, met up with Caleb, went over some What About Mama business. Talking about some potential gigs, some potential recording opportunities. So if you want to get in contact about booking a show, if you know venues or bands or any of that, hit me up. You know how to reach me. What else? Friday, I went. Caleb told me about this streetcar live thing that happens on the cable car trolley streetcar that runs. I think it starts downtown and ends in Ybor. And I guess once a month they have a day where they have a live band on the streetcar. And it's sponsored by Gasparilla Music Foundation. So Caleb told me, he was like, yeah, come by, it'll be cool. So I went. Me and my dad went. And it was cool. It was this band called Light the Wire. Light the Wire, yeah. They were like a sort of a folk rock, like indie folk rock group. And they were good. They were rocking. I have videos too. Maybe we can throw a video here.
Yeah, I can just put it as you talk about it.
Yeah, you can put it as I'm talking about it. So we rode that. It was cool too. So they do, I guess the round trip of one of the streetcars is about an hour. So they do 2 loops. So it's 2 hours of them on there performing. And it was cool. I think people really enjoyed it. There were a lot of people engaged, a lot of people singing along, taking videos. And I guess they do that once a month. So I definitely want to go to the next one. I got to find the website. Maybe we'll include a link to the website if anybody wants to go check out Streetcar Live in Tampa. They used to record it. I don't think they record it anymore because all the YouTube videos are from years ago. What else? Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, you should come check it out. I think, too, we should do a podcast episode on a streetcar.
On a streetcar?
Yeah, did I tell you that?
No.
I think we should.
What makes you say that? Just your experience on the street card. Say, oh, we could bring a couple mics and a camera and
Yeah.
sit in here and just go.
Yeah. And then random people will get on, and maybe they'll want to talk to us, maybe not.
That would be very interesting.
You know, we could be like, "Hey, where are you going?"
Downtown.
Yeah. Or we'll probably say, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast?"
You know, I actually saw a clip today on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I sent you.
Oh, sorry. I'll try not to move my head.
I sent you that post about like the Tampa podcast, realtor podcast.
I have seen the Tampa Developer Podcast. I think it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah, I've seen clips of that before.
And this is the first time I saw a clip of it, and it just so happened that the clip they were talking about the streetcar system before, and apparently it used to be way bigger and service a larger area. It used to go like all the way down Bayshore Boulevard, went all the way up to Sulphur Springs.
Yeah.
And if you're not from Tampa, you don't know any of these places, but that's okay. And I thought that was really interesting. Now it's just so much smaller and more compact. It just goes straight from Ybor to downtown, and that's it.
Yeah.
But who knows? Apparently, a lot of people in the comments of that post were championing wanting the streetcars to come back and
I saw a lot of people
service more
shutting it down
places.
too. There was a heated debate in that comment section.
Yeah, there was.
It's interesting though. Like I know I was in Philly in December, and they have a pretty comprehensive trolley car network. Like you can go pretty far into West Philly, and there's still streetcars running. It's the same thing like those trolley cars with the two cables that have electricity. And I don't know. And I saw people in those comments saying just use buses. It's more modular. It's more. And there's definitely a trade-off. Like buses, you can change the routes easier. You can reuse the same infrastructure as cars. But I think the trolley cars are more energy efficient because they use the power lines. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but
anyway, there is definitely a reasonable debate between trolley cars and other forms of public transportation. I'm a really big public transportation type guy. Even though in this city I don't use it because I have a car, so I guess I'm a little bit of a hypocrite.
yeah, we don't have much to use here though, so
Yeah.
it's hard to do anything but use a car in Tampa and the surrounding areas. So that was Friday, and then should I keep going through my week?
Go ahead.
Saturday, I went to a polo game for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never been. We have an uncle that plays, so I got to see him play, which was really cool. And then just the whole event and the whole spectacle around it is just really entertaining. Like there's all kinds of food and drink and games and people wearing hats and crazy outfits. And yeah, it was really interesting. I'd never seen polo before. I wish there was more polo gameplay because it was a charity event, so it was more focused on the spectacle and which, I mean, obviously I'm glad they did a lot of fundraising and raised a lot of money. But yeah, I'd love to just go watch polo all day. Just watch those horses run around.
It did seem very interesting.
Yeah, you saw videos?
Yeah, I saw
what I
I
posted?
saw the videos
Yeah.
that you posted. I've never seen polo before
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
in real life. But I love horses, so
Yeah.
it looked very entertaining to me.
Yeah, my uncle sometimes will have like a pro polo matchup on the TV, and so I would see it a little bit just hanging out around their house. But it was really cool to see in person. And then my dad was helping out behind the scenes with some of the horses, like he braided some tails and just sort of held the horses in between swaps. But getting to hear about the behind the scenes, how it works, and what kind of horses they select. And players have a lot of different horses. I think especially in the higher up pro leagues, they'll have, I don't know any specific numbers, but they have a lot of different horses just for one game.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't really think about because I've never seen polo before. That you told me that the people with more money, they had like 6 different horses to run through.
Yeah,
and that
I'm
just
sure.
really reminds me of like just any other professional sport and how they just have multiple athletes that they could just constantly rotate to keep
Yeah.
the stars, like nice and fresh. And thinking about, oh shit, we have 6 horses that are all star athletes, and just thinking about it from that perspective, being like a manager of a polo team and you're just managing 8 different horses. Because that sounds a lot of fun. Having to having to communicate with 8 horses. I can imagine team meetings before, just in the stalls in the barn. All right, guys,
Like the pep
we
talk
gotta
to
win
the
this
horses.
game today. The horses get all hype. They
Do-
start neighing and shit.
Do you think the horses like all duck their heads in a huddle?
Break. All right, team, win. Do you think you would
Click
ever
clap
play
on
a
3.
play a polo game?
Like
Like if someone gave you the opportunity to, no chance to learn, no chance nothing. They just, hey, we need someone to ride a horse.
you're saying, would I play a game of polo with no training?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because people get injured.
I mean, yeah, but doesn't it look fun?
Breaking your leg is not fun.
I mean, yeah, but then you would have a good story.
Breaking your leg for the story is wild.
That was so content creator of me. Feel like you went through the worst thing that
You're
has
like,
ever
put the
happened
thumbnail.
to you. Say it again. Your grandma died? Wait, hold up, I wasn't recording.
I guess maybe I would play. It seems like the kind of thing you kind of have to grow into. Also, I don't think there's a lot of opportunities to practice unless you're. I don't know. I would try.
I would
would try.
definitely try.
I would try.
Have you ever ridden a horse before?
Yeah.
Do you have any particularly?
I don't remember where, but it was I think it was like somebody's birthday party when I was really young that we all went to somewhere and rode horses. I couldn't tell you who. But I have done it.
My first horse riding experience, I believe I was in Tennessee or Georgia. I don't know. I was in a different state. I was with my family, and we went on this horseback riding tour. And at the time, I was probably, I don't know, 13 or something like that, so I was still legit. And so they put me on a horse that just followed the horses in front of them. So, like, I didn't control the horse. I was just a passenger.
Yeah.
And the guy in front of me was such an asshole that he would, like, go and take his horse under, like, low branches. So then I had to duck down like this on the horse to avoid getting hit in the face with the branches. And then he would walk this close to, like, a cliff. We were walking.
A cliff?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're in Tennessee.
Yeah, we were, like, in the mountains, doing this horse
Wow.
tour, right? I'm riding on the back of this horse. And the guy in front of me is riding his horse 3 inches away from an abyss 500 feet
goodness.
down. And I'm trying to pull this horse, like, please don't fall off this cliff, horse, please. Obviously, the horse didn't fall off the cliff, but yeah, that was my only horseback riding experience.
That's the only one? Was it thrilling?
It was thrilling, but it was definitely an experience.
Dang. So that's Saturday. Then,
Yeah, all of that happened on Saturday.
yep, you actually almost fell off the cliff on Saturday, right?
Oh, yeah.
That all happened the same day. Sunday, we went to. Well, first we stopped at LPCX and got a Spanish latte, which was delicious.
Ooh.
That was really good. There's like a little bit of orange. What do you call it? Like orange extract?
I
Orange,
think it's like zest.
like
Orange
zest,
zest.
orange zest
Uh-huh.
in a latte.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That was pretty
Explain what LPCX is for people who don't know.
good. LPCX, I think it's La Pequeña Colombiana Express. Like a little Colombian cafe. They got really good coffee. They got really good breakfast. It's in Seminole Heights, I think, like on Armenia.
So if you're ever in Tampa and
North Tampa? Okay. North Tampa, Lily says.
it's in North Tampa. If you're ever in Tampa and you want some really good Colombian food, go to LPCX or the sister restaurant
Yeah,
right
I think
next
it's
to it.
LPC is like the sit-down main restaurant, and then LPCX is the cafe.
The
it's a
express
sister
shop.
restaurant. Yeah, the Express. Yeah, I wanted to get some beans too, but they were out. So one day I want to get some beans from there. So they roast their own beans, their own coffee beans, and make some coffee, and we can try it.
Mm-hmm.
Future
looking-
episode, look out for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the coffee on the next episode.
So I can get my hands on some. But yeah, so then we went to this maker's market at the Orpheum. That was really cool. Lily told me about it, so we went to go check it out, and it was really cool. A lot of great stuff. I got a couple shirts. There were some people that made different kinds of bags. They made chalk bags and like bike frame bags and bike stem bags, which I don't climb or have a bike right now, so I didn't need any bags. But they were cool. I was chatting with them. I'll link them somewhere. Maybe have some pictures if you want a bag for your bike, or if you climb and you want a cool little chalk bag. They had some good ones. What else was there? And now it's Monday.
And now it's Monday,
Here we are.
Changhoff Day.
Yeah. All right, I talked for a while. You talk about something.
All right. Let's see. So I guess basically the only thing that has really been going on with my life is my video editing business that I've been doing. So basically, I recently started doing freelance video editing. So if you need freelance video editing, if you are a YouTuber who needs video editing, or you know a YouTuber that needs editing, please let me know. I would really appreciate it. But basically, that's what I've been doing. I have my first client, so I've been working with him. I have this other client for not video editing. It's design work, graphic design work. And I've been working on that. That's almost done. Made me realize that I don't like doing graphic design.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You enjoy video editing more?
Yeah, way more. That's like my bread and butter. I realize that I'm pretty decent at video editing. So it's always just fun to do something that you're good at. So that was basically me. Very uneventful week. Just work. And that's pretty much it. I've been really looking forward to Changhoff Day. Mondays are always my favorite because we get to do this now.
Monday for us, Wednesday for them.
Wednesday for them. But yeah, so I've been really excited for this episode. I know we've been prepping.
Hey, V.
We've been prepping for this episode all week, and now it's finally here.
If you want to shout out some of the videos you worked on so people can see examples of your work.
Yeah, if you guys want to go check out the videos that I edited and let me know what you think about them, I'll put the link to the guy I'm working with. His name is DJ Fab. I'll put the link to his YouTube channel right here. And I'll put the two videos that I have edited. It's this one and this one. That's not usually my type of content that I make. That kind of Mr. Beast-ish.
It is a bit Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
I watched the, I haven't seen the fries one, but I did see the hide and seek one. I watched it, I threw it on the TV. Me and my dad were sitting there, and we're watching it. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, it's not the type of content that I watch.
Yeah, it's funny too
Personally?
because it was $100 hide and seek video, and then at the end, the suggested video was like an older $500 hide and seek video. So I was like, oh, I guess there's some budget cuts.
Some budget cuts.
Can't quite do $500 hide and seek anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob's phone was full of storage, so now we're recording on my phone. We lost a little bit of footage, but
A little bit of technical difficulty, but that's fine.
A little bit.
And now, the most important part of the show. Okay, so the most important part of the show is where I talk about F1. I'm a big F1 fan. I've been a big F1 fan since 2018. I never knew about it before. All of a sudden, one day, it popped up in my YouTube recommendations, and immediately I was hooked. In case you didn't know, and in case you didn't know, I've wanted to be a race car driver since I was like 5 years old.
Since 5 years old? I didn't know it went back that far.
Yes. Since 5 years old, I've been wanting to be a race car driver. And my dreams got crushed because I told someone one day when I was like 6, I want to be a race car driver. And they said, you can't drive until you're 16 and you get your license. And so I never...
Wait, that sucks.
I know. So now I can live my dreams of wanting to be a race car driver by watching people race cars. So Formula One is my new obsession. Not new. Formula One is my obsession. So welcome to the thing.
Yeah, it's been. Were you an F1 fan pre-Drive to Survive, or were you a season
Yes.
1 Drive to Survive convert?
So I became a fan of Formula One during the 2017-2018 season. And I think that was 1 year before Drive to Survive came out.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about F1 until the Netflix show. And I think you told me about the Netflix show. Because you'd been watching it, I think you and your parents and everybody was... and I watched the first season, and it was pretty entertaining. Cool to see all the personalities, see all that goes into maintaining a car, just the massive amounts of resources and labor and material and capital that goes into any given team is just insane. It's interesting. You can definitely tell. Do they have they don't have a salary cap, do they?
A salary cap? No,
Yeah.
but now they have a budget cap.
Oh, is that new?
Yeah, for the past 2 or 3 years, they've had
okay.
a budget cap. So now teams can only spend, I think, $175 million on performance part. There's like, yeah, it's weird. It gets deep. It's
Yeah.
like you can only spend up to like $125 million on car performance, but then you still have an unlimited budget for everything that goes outside of that. So like personnel, facility equipment, like all.
So there's
all
limited restrictions.
Yeah, so there's limited restrictions. They basically just don't want any team to be able to pour double, triple the amount of money that the other teams are and
Right.
just dominate for years. So, Bahrain testing. This is race week. Race week number 1 is here.
Race week number 1 is here.
It is race
I just found
week.
out. It's here. Breaking
It is
news.
race week.
Breaking news. It's race week.
Breaking
Bracelets
news.
for sale.
Yes.
Bracelets are back.
If you want a Formula One sterling silver handmade piece of jewelry that has your favorite driver or your favorite team, let us know because we have them for sale. I'll put them right here. Anyway, welcome to Race Week, F1 fans. I'm your host, Jacob Chang. So, going and looking at preseason testing,
Yeah.
a lot of storylines are kind of appearing,
So many.
and we can't jump the gun. I can't jump the gun because it's just testing. You never know what teams are doing. You never know if teams are sandbagging during testing season. But so far, it's looking pretty much how the Formula One world is kind of expected. Max Verstappen, Red Bull on top, fastest throughout pretty much the entirety of preseason testing. Let's see, Ferrari, they're looking nice. They're looking sharp.
Ferrari's looking like a strong second.
They are. Mercedes, they're also looking sharp. I think it's a very interesting season for a couple of reasons. One, this is the first time ever in Formula One history where there were 0 driver swaps. So
What is a driver swap?
Every team kept their driver roster.
What about Lewis Hamilton?
That's not happening till next year.
Oh, that's not till next year?
So
Oh.
the big Formula One news that if you're a fan of Formula One, you already know. Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari in 2025. Absolutely bonkers news. My jaw hit the floor when I heard this news, this breaking news. I could not believe it.
My jaw hit the floor, and I don't even really follow F1.
After 10 years with Mercedes and 6 world championships, Lewis Hamilton finally gets to achieve.
Some would argue 7.
Some would argue 7.
I would say 9.
I've literally seen Reddit threads where people will be like, actually, he should have 9 because 3 of them were rigged. So,
Yeah, all the armchair analysts
Yeah.
like me.
so what does he have, the 6?
Yeah, so
6-time world champion
no,
Lewis Hamilton.
he's 7-time world champion. He won 1 with McLaren and 6 with Mercedes.
Oh, so he actually is a 7.
Yes, he is a 7-time
Oh,
world
okay.
champion.
Wait, how did I get the number and you didn't? You said 6. Oh, you said with Mercedes.
With Mercedes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so that news, insane. Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari for
But
2025.
not till next year.
Yeah, not until 2025.
That's kind of anticlimactic.
That's his the childhood dream of Lewis Hamilton and probably any Formula One driver is to drive in red. Drive for Ferrari and drive for the Tifosi. That's what they call the fans.
The Tifosi is
The
the
tif-
Ferrari fans?
Yes, the
What does
fans.
Tifosi mean?
I don't know. Probably fans of Ferrari. I don't know.
In Italian? Is it?
I have no idea.
French?
It's Italian.
It's Italian.
It's
Okay.
Italian.
What is it? What's the word?
Tifosi.
You know what Tifosi means in Italian? You haven't got that far in Duolingo? Oh. Tifosi.
I'm super excited for Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. I don't know.
He
if
says in his Red Bull racing gear.
Look, this is the only Formula One gear I have.
I'm excited for Lewis Hamilton.
Max Verstappen. Anyway, do I think Max Verstappen is going to win his 4th world championship this year? Yes.
Yes.
Do I hope that it is a good fight for the championship this year? Of course. And I'm actually also very hopeful that it will be a good fight for for 2 reasons. 1, 0 driver changes. Every team was happy with their driver lineup, and it was the first time in Formula One history where no team changed their drivers. So the roster stayed completely the same. Second, this is the last year of the current regulations,
Oh.
the current technical regulations.
So what changes next year?
I don't know. I don't know what changes next year, but there's a completely new...
I know the changes. I want to put them right here. This is happening. Also, this. Can you believe it?
And basically, this is the final evolution of every single Formula One car on the grid. It is, hypothetically, the best version of every single car for these technical regulations are going to be this season. And they're going to only get better throughout the season with mid-season upgrades and all sorts of little tiny upgrades and changes throughout the entire season. So these cars are going to be absolutely killer this season. On top of that, we have the closest midfield battle that we've ever had.
Tell me about the midfield battle. Who's in there? We
So-
got McLaren. We got...
So I'll tell you a little bit of terminology to get you caught up with what I'm talking about. So basically, there's the top teams. Right now, the top teams are Red Bull and Ferrari, maybe Mercedes. And then everyone else is just called the rest. It's the rest of the field. So this is a term that they use, like, if the first top two teams, like, get the first 4 places, right? The person in 5th place and 6th place, they're the best of the rest. That's what they call it. So the midfield battle is absolutely on. Every single team that is behind the top teams are getting closer and closer in terms of pace and speed. So there's going to be a hell of a battle, a war going on in the midfield for all the lower teams. So I'm super excited to see how this all shakes out. I'm really excited to see a bunch of teams fighting for points, different teams, using their strengths at different tracks and fighting for points and making it just a really close, really interesting battle. There's going to be a lot of storylines, a lot of drama probably that's going to happen, especially what is going to happen next year in the driver market. Who is going to replace Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes? Where is Carlos Sainz at Ferrari going to go? Because he's a great driver, but I don't know if he necessarily has a seat at another top team. So who knows? Is McLaren going to make a comeback? Because last year, McLaren, they started terribly. And throughout the season, they got better and better and better and better until at the end of the season, they were fighting for podiums. They were fighting for wins. As opposed to Aston Martin, where they started last season, absolutely dominant. They were killing it at the beginning of the season. And as the season went on, they just couldn't keep up with the pace and the advancements of everyone else, and they ended up kind of fizzling out. So what is going to happen this season?
So tell me, this coming season, what are your predictions?
I'm going to say, okay, here are my preseason predictions for the championships at the end of the year. I'm going to do top 3. For the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull is going to be first. Ferrari is going to be second, and McLaren is going to be third.
Oh, so McLaren you think is going to beat out for Mercedes?
I do.
Okay.
For the Drivers' Championship, I believe Max Verstappen. Second place. Difficult for me to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Checo, the number 2 at Red Bull.
Okay.
I feel like that will be a pretty easy slam dunk for him to secure that second place. Third place, going to give it to Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
Yep, at Ferrari. That's my guy. Obviously, I'm all dressed in Max Verstappen kit right now, but that's my favorite driver.
You can't say that's my guy in the Red Bull fit.
That's my favorite driver is Charles Leclerc. That's my guy. So that is my predictions for this season. Tell me, put in the comments what your predictions are for this season are. Let me know if you're a fan of F1, and if you're not, you should start watching F1. It's the greatest spectacle in the entire world.
Seriously, though, if you have any interest, check out, I'd say the Drive to Survive series on Netflix is a great entry point to sort of see some of the storylines and see just some of how the league works, see some of the drivers' personalities, some of the race chiefs, and just to see if you're interested in it.
Yeah, very entertaining, very accessible way to get into Formula One. If you've never seen it or if you've never been exposed to it before, that's definitely my route to go. I think Formula One has exploded in popularity ever since the release of Drive to Survive.
Yeah, I'd say especially too. There's a growing audience in the U.S.
Yes, they're really pushing hard the U.S. market with 3 races in the U.S.
They had done, I think, the Austin, Texas race for a while.
Yes, that was the first race that I went to in person. Was the 2018 the 2019,
Uh-huh.
the 2019
American Grand Prix, which was
U.S. Grand Prix.
oh U.S. Grand Prix. Yeah.
And actually, at that Grand Prix was when Lewis Hamilton won his 6th World Championship.
Oh wow, so you got to witness that?
Yeah, I got to witness that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Had a fun time. I went for my birthday.
So they've done the Austin Grand Prix for a while. They added Miami a couple years ago.
They added Miami, I think 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons
and
ago.
last season they added Vegas.
And then they just added Vegas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would love to go see all 3. I would love to go see all 3.
Wow.
Yes.
You just need $1 million.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
It's so expensive.
But sooner rather than later.
But yeah, it seems like they're definitely focusing on the U.S. market. With now we have 3 races. So the Austin and Miami are still going?
Correct.
This coming season there'll be 3?
Yep.
Wow. Is there any other country where there's...
No, all the other countries only have 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they usually refer to it by the country, the British Grand Prix, the so on.
But now we have 3 U.S. Grand Prix, which on one hand makes sense because the U.S. is so big, and you basically do have 3 different markets: the East, the Middle, and the West. So it does make sense. But at the same time, is it a little unfair that they're pushing so hard to be into the U.S. market and kind of, I wouldn't say they're neglecting the other parts of the other countries that are part of the season, but regardless, that was my spiel on F1.
Well, especially too now they're doing a NASCAR race in Chicago. They did the first one last year, and I think they're going to do it again this year.
It was a success in terms of viewership. I know that in NASCAR terms. I watched the highlights of the Chicago NASCAR race, and I'm not a big fan of NASCAR. I don't follow it or anything, but the highlights of that race were super interesting, very entertaining, because I believe it rained.
Yeah, it rained, so I think they had to shorten the race, and they had to cancel a lot of the events around it because the weather was so bad. But I think other than that, it
made the racing incredible, though. It made the racing so good.
But yeah, I was in Chicago at this time, so the day before the race, we were able to walk around that area and see. I honestly thought there'd be more foot traffic, just of people that were there at their hotel. There was a bit, there's people out at hotels and bars and whatnot. I guess maybe because of the weather, it wasn't as popping as I thought it would have been. But it seemed like it was a success and they want to go again. Definitely a lot of local residents were upset because that whole area, all those parks, all those streets had to be closed for months ahead of time, and they had to reroute everything around it. It's done. Should I go show the camera?
Yeah, go show the camera.
All right, check me out. I don't know how to give them the angle. Like this?
Yeah.
Can they see? I haven't even seen it. I don't know what it looks like.
All right, Cosmo and Wanda.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe at the end when we pick up the camera, we can. Like that? How's it look? Yeah, it did give me a little bit of Cosmo and Wanda. Is there a lot of blue? Is there not a lot of blue?
But yeah, that was great.
What else? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that was it. That was my spiel of F1.
Hi, Mama. You want to pick up the camera and give them a little tour? You want to come out here? No? Okay. All right, let's call it there, I guess.